arrived.
Yay!
Dina, you tried. We rehearsed that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Several
You
times.
hit the box.
Welcome to Tech Warped. I'm Dina Hayes.
I'm
I'm
Michael.
again. How's everyone doing?
Nobody cares who I am.
Nobody cares who you are?
No.
Who are you?
No, I'm Michael.
Okay.
But
Good. You know your
He's
name.
my best friend.
but the furry is in chat and he cares who I am.
There you go.
Well, at least somebody
That's
does.
one.
One.
Hey, we're
every
back.
like is a prayer
Yes.
for Michael.
We're back from MetroCon.
Just barely.
Just barely.
What a fun convention.
It was a long, for me, 2 days. For you, it was a little bit more than that.
4 days.
4 days.
5 if you count the setup.
Setup, yeah.
Yeah.
6 if I want to count Tuesday, preparing everything
Pulling out-
for
pulling
that.
And
the
then
studio.
7 if you want to count the rehab days. We're just
Yeah.
kind of
So it
Well,
was
that
a week.
actually went 8 because I actually called out Tuesday for work
swagger.
because I was too tired.
So so we're going to get to MetroCon.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
We're going to
Spend some time
MetroCon.
on
We did
Metro.
a ton of interviews. So we're going to be showcasing a little bit of that.
I did a ton of interviews.
You did a lot of interviews.
Yes.
But,
I was there.
You were there.
She was a little tipsy.
Do
We'll
we
talk-
want- Okay, we'll talk about
We'll talk about
story
that.
for Metro
We'll get to that.
later.
But hey, let's get things rolling. Let's just go right into it with the top 5 videos of the week. This week, we got some good ones. You found some good ones.
Yeah, I found
did.
a really good one.
Coming in at number 5, everyone loves a good romantic wedding proposal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, this one didn't go quite as planned.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Wow.
So close, but so far. This is what happens when you're abusive.
That's also what happens when you propose in the middle of a mall. Like, don't propose in the middle of like.
I've seen a similar one where it was done in the mall and there was like a mariachi band.
Oh God,
behind
yes,
them,
I've seen that one.
Okay.
And the girl just takes the guitar and like hits the guy. Have you seen
I think that one was
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah, I heard that one was a setup.
I'm pretty sure majority of these are set up. At the same time, though, put yourself in that scenario. You're like, man, we've been together for. Like, they look like they were together for 2 whole weeks in high school.
Yeah,
And
that
you have
sounds
to break
about
out that
right.
ring pop.
It had kind of be set up because who's recording it?
Oh yeah, it was probably like the.
It's probably his
parents.
friend.
Or the parents being like, "Aw, they're so cute." Wait, what is he doing? That little shit.
How long do you think it took until she talked to him again?
Well, they're
Probably,
in high school,
yeah.
probably 1 whole semester.
Yeah.
Probably.
Homeroom is tough without you.
Oh god. Worst
Someone
15
says
minutes
could
of
be
my
worse.
life.
Could be proposed on rubber duckies.
On a rubber ducky, like this one here that got
Like if
Yeah.
you just like gut
Slit
one out
open?
and then throw. Oh.
I took that javelin out of it, so I didn't notice earlier.
Yeah. What?
Someone impaled my damn rubber ducky. I'm really hurt.
death to the ducky.
We have an interview we're going to show later with someone who's very fond of duckies and
Yes.
very saddened by
She
all
would
this
approve of my
information.
ducks.
We'll get to that.
Absolutely.
But coming in at number 4, everyone loves a good dad joke, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, dad jokes, let's just say, have been taken to a whole new level.
Oh jeez.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
I wasn't kidding.
He was on a new level.
He was on a new level.
That was the worst
Wait.
video we played for.
Of all,
That
in the
really
history-
was.
In the history of the show,
Of all 5 episodes, that's been the worst one.
you sent it.
I'm not talking.
I didn't send that one.
Actually, I think
I don't know
Yeah.
who's responsible, but I'm not talking to either one of them now.
Where do dad joke? What? Everyone knows that dads make the worst jokes.
Yeah.
But why? Where did that start? I mean, it started with a dad, duh. But like,
I just
why
think
did dads start being the bad comedians
I
of
just
the
think
world?
it's something that's like from, like kind of like a maternal instinct. Like, you know, like
Once you
oh,
become a
baby's crying,
dad,
gotta go to attend it.
You
Oh
become a
no,
bad
my child
comedian?
is having
Yeah.
a good day. Time to just
You think you're
get
still
on in
funny.
there.
Yeah, you know, that kind of.
Jeez.
I don't know. I hope I'm not that kind of dad.
You probably will be.
I probably will be.
I could,
And I'll be proud of it.
I could see you being like the Full House dad with like
Although-
a sweater vest.
Well, in high school, I was called Bob Saget.
Eddie does say Bat Dad is the best.
Bad Dad is the best.
Yeah.
Bad Dad is an example of a good dad comedian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rest in
and
peace,
then
Vine,
that-
by the
and,
way.
and Jen is probably the most dedicated wife I've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have killed
She
someone
puts
by
up
now.
with so much crap.
Coming in at number 3, everyone loves a nice romantic walk down the beach.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens when you try taking your motorcycle instead.
Shouldn't be anything bad. Why would you use a motorcycle on a beach like that?
Because I saw it in Mario Kart and it worked for Peach, so it should work for me.
It worked on Koopa Troopa Beach.
Exactly.
You know what happened?
He got hit with a red shell.
That happened.
Oh.
That was anticlimactic. You should need a bit more wind up there.
The red shell hit him.
The red
I
shell
give
hit
it
him.
1 star.
I'm gonna. Ooh,
Ouch.
we've turned into carrot. We're using props today.
Exactly. You give us like 1 whole week of rest from being in the studio and we get so animated.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you take a week off.
Oh, geez.
Coming in at number 2, everyone likes a cool video game console mod.
Yes.
Right? They're cool. You can do all sorts of things. This guy found a really neat trick for modding his Nintendo DS.
See if you can follow along.
This is how you modify a Nintendo DS into a Game Boy Advance. And there you go.
Right?
Ow.
Brought
No.
to you
That
by
was
the makers
cool.
of the Nintendo PlayStation.
A Nintendo PlayStation. That's right.
It's Blasphemy Part 2.
How does it still work after you break it?
Oh, because it functions that way. Like if you actually
Yeah.
plug in a GameCube, Lord, don't do that at home. Do not plug in a GameCube
Yes,
game.
try it.
Plug in a
Send us a
GameCube.
video if you
GameCube
make it
Advance
work.
cartridge, and there's like a slot at the bottom, so you put it in there, and then it just activates the bottom screen, so the top screen is just
Yeah.
black. It's just dormant. So it still functions.
Yeah, I've seen cases before where people like the hinge would have broken, and then they're like, "Yeah, I can still play the Game Boy."
Yeah.
Because that's where all the hardware is for the Game Boy on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a.
But the fact that he
interesting
took a
mod.
perfectly good working one and ripped it in half,
Yeah, I wouldn't have wasted it.
no, I wouldn't have either. And that looked like some special limited one too. It had like a design on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just throwing
Some
away
people
money.
just don't deserve good technology.
Coming in at number 1, it's Florida here at least, and it's summer, so it's hot.
Mosquito season.
Mosquitoes, bugs everywhere.
Humidity.
And no one likes those sprays, right? For bugs, they they smell bad. They're always sticky.
The
If they get on
Centronella,
you.
whatever it's called.
Bad for the environment.
Yeah.
This man found an organic solution to his bug problem.
You know what I hate? Spiders. And mosquitoes. But I don't like all them sprays. Like citronellas, torches make you look like a racist. So I invented an eco-friendly, race-neutral mosquito and spider repellent. It's called Chicken. Alright, Chicken can take out any airborne insect flying around your skull within a 1.5 foot radius. If they bite you on your leg, just drop them on the ground. Chicken don't care. Right, Chicken? Get 'em, Chicken. Bite 'em. That's right. It's good chicken. Does what it's supposed to. So buy it now. Look, 1-800, buy a fucking chicken. Have a good one.
Chicken don't care.
He's quite the salesman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to buy one now.
Billy
can
Mays
find-
got nothing on 1-800-CHICKEN.
Can we
You can find
we
chicken
get
at
chicken
your
for the
local
studio?
grocery stores.
I'd love a chicken mascot, but I'd probably name him McNuggets and bad things would happen.
Oh my God. But the one thing I have to ask is like, is chicken right for me? You know?
Yeah, chicken's right for her. It was race neutral.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Apparently, buying chickens solves world peace.
Drop it on the ground. He didn't care.
Chicken don't care, right? Isn't that right, Chicken? Tell them, Chicken.
I'm very curious if everyone started buying chickens, if we all stopped complaining about mosquitoes.
Maybe. I don't
Does
know.
would that really work?
I think it's time to
At the very
experiment.
least, if you could train it to get people out of your personal space.
We don't have
That would
chickens
be
around
great.
here. There's a bunch of ducks out there.
You know, you could just go to
And ducks
Ybor
are-
if you're local to the Tampa area. Ybor is known for its wild chickens.
Oh, yeah.
So you could just go wrangle you a chicken and see if it'll catch a bug for you.
And just drop her on the ground. when
Because
you're done with it.
Florida, there are no rules here. Go
No,
crazy.
there's
There really isn't. So hey, last week during MetroCon, it was such a hectic week. We were doing some nerd news. It was a busy week because San Diego Comic-Con. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's go into some nerd news here and let's see what's been going on.
So last week we were talking about James Gunn being fired from Disney.
Yes, and that's sort of an ongoing issue.
Yeah,
right?
Dave Bautista commented he thinks it's pretty much a bullshit thing that James Gunn's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, he made stupid jokes. Recently, Bobcat Goldthwait, the actor, comedian, came out and said, hey, look, Disney, look at all my jokes in the past. And I just redid my voice of a Hercules character. You should take me off the new ride y'all are making because of my bad jokes from the 80s. He goes, I regret those jokes, but if you're going to be a prick like
That's
this,
what I
you
did.
should
Right.
start deleting everybody. And Disney hasn't said anything back. He also said, hey, check out James Woods. He made bad jokes in
yeah.
the 80s too. He was a very perverted guy. Why aren't you punishing him then?
Well, and of course, I've even seen memes where it's Disney fires Disney for
Yeah.
racist cartoons because you look at the 1930s
Oh, yeah.
Disney.
Oh my gosh, like Peter Pan and like the Indians were actually red-skinned and everything.
Well, yeah, and then
so-
you have blackface and just all sorts
Yeah.
of just very racial things coming
So
out of
I
Disney.
still stand James Gunn should not have been fired. So originally this happened 10 years ago. 6 years ago, this got brought up and he apologized for all his bad jokes back then. And everybody's like, yeah, bad joke, forgiven. Now it gets brought back up and Disney's like, oh no, now we got to
And when
fire
we
you.
first talked about this, I wasn't aware of this. They hired him already knowing about those.
After all the apologies happened and
that's-
everything, yeah.
And that's a lot of what we were talking about. We were at the convention. Is that most likely Disney did this as a publicity move,
Right.
To keep in good graces.
It was
with
damage
everybody.
control. It
Exactly.
was,
So
yeah.
I said I would not be surprised if they just had him working under a different name, or for in the public eye he was actually let go. But for the actual reality of it, he is like, say he gets brought on as like a senior producer, but he's still
Yeah, but he already
writing
apologized for everything that happened. He should not be punished for it now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, it's great that other people are speaking out against it, because that's pretty much what we were talking
Even
about.
Chris
at the con if
Pratt
you
has
missed it.
tweeted about it, and Zoe tweeted about it. They're all supporting James Gunn. They want him back.
Right, and if you guys aren't fully familiar with the story, it's pretty much he made these Twitter comments over 10 years ago.
Yeah, he made 9/11
2009.
jokes. He made jokes about, oh, I'm going to the old guy likes little kid party.
Yeah,
and
just really
just-
like,
which
it
are
was
not okay
inappropriate.
jokes, by the way.
No, they're not okay
And,
jokes.
yeah.
I
Just wanna
agree.
put that out
Those are
there.
bad
Remember,
jokes.
He came out saying that he wanted to be that shock value guy. He wanted to be the one that made the obscene jokes, and that's how he like wanted to make more of a name for himself. So just.
But if you
starting
look at
online.
history, Eddie Murphy did the same thing in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, no,
Robin
gosh.
Williams did the
Most
same
people
thing,
did.
and they
Any,
went into big Disney careers.
Any comedian and it was actually popular in the 90s.
Right.
And that's what we were talking about too. Is think even on your own personal perspectives. If you were 10 years ago, would you take you seriously today?
Yeah.
And
I
it's
hate
just-
every time a Facebook memory pops up. Oh
God, I hate
4 or
those.
5 years
So,
ago. I'm like,
I mean,
I said that?
I'm glad that it's gaining more ground to that it's going to be reviewed, because while I agree absolutely what he said was just terrible, but
Yeah.
at the same time I said some really terrible things before too. But it's just a matter of like how accountable you are, how much you've changed in that time frame, and ultimately it's about his role as a director.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Right.
I don't think Guardians 3 will be as good without him.
It won't.
Oh no.
I just don't think they're going to do a good job.
Well, because he did a lot of work on Infinity War as well, didn't he?
I believe so.
Because I thought he
But
wrote a lot of it too.
Yeah.
Everybody's supporting him, so I think everybody. I'm not going to go see it. If he's not part of it, I'll boycott it and not even
Right.
go
And that was
to
something
it.
else he mentioned too. Is like I think he's one of the very few people in Hollywood right now that doesn't have some weird like sex charge against him. So if that's the worst he's got, I'll
Yeah.
take it. Like I'm okay with that.
So speaking of sex charge in Hollywood and weird, Chris Hardwick. We all know what happened with him and
Right.
his ex. She claimed abuse and
They're
all
abusive,
this.
controlling
AMC let him go, and they replaced him with
Yvette Nicole Brown.
yes.
And we talked about that last week.
A week later, they announced last week Chris Hardwick is coming back in Talking Dead.
So he's been reinstated
Yes.
as the host of Talking Dead.
Yes. The AMC found no evidence to support what she claimed.
Right, because the reality was he had more evidence to defend himself
Yeah,
than
he
she
had
did to
he had
persecute.
text messages months after they broke up saying, "I miss you, I love you, I still want to be with you, I want to have kids with you, I want a family."
And it's like, well, if he was truly that bad and you'd gotten away,
yeah.
why would you?
Why would you come back?
Right, and that's one of those things where it is a really touchy topic, because until you're in that scenario or you're in that moment,
It's hard to judge.
It's really hard to tell you what actually happened.
So if everything coming back as innocent as he is now, should he be able to sue her for what happened? Because she
Well,
could
I
have
think because
technically
he's been
ruined his career.
Because he's been reinstated, maybe not. You're right.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of a stigma now to his name. But even then, what was really odd was this week she tweeted talking about how she didn't want it to go this far. Or
If she
ruin his
didn't
career.
want it,
and I'm like,
why
why
did
did you
she
bring it up in the first place?
Post about it.
publicly?
And, yeah.
Right. Well, that's just some. I
understand you're trying to raise awareness.
Last time, when we talked about this last week, our message was: be careful what you put on the internet and like put out there because it will come back. Same thing here.
Yeah.
Be careful what
Right.
you say because sometimes you can't take it back, and this really is what it is. So if you're going to make allegations or statements like that, just be sure you have your information. Take the right steps if something like this happens to you, so you're not caught in a weird scenario like this.
Right.
Or you're not ruining someone's career over something petty like a breakup.
But I'm happy to see Hardwick back. I think he's great.
It was really hard to
I'm
find
I
hoping
was always a big
Nerdist-
fan of Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping Nerdist will go ahead and re-upload all the videos because they deleted the whole back
probably
catalog
won't.
of everything.
Yeah,
he
but I
doesn't
used to
own
watch
it,
him
but
back when he was on Web Soup, like that's my first introduction with Chris Hardwick, and I always loved him as a performer and a comedian.
Yeah.
So to hear about all this, I was like, man, that really sucks. Is you.
There's work of his that I love.
I
and
got
you go
hooked
back
on him from G4. back in
Right,
the
he was
day.
attacking the show.
Yeah.
He was a host on there, but that's the thing now is there's segments of his that I love that I want to go watch, and you go on YouTube and they're just gone now.
Yeah.
Because they've been removed.
People just fast handling. Oh, he's guilty. Delete.
Right.
Yeah, but that's just something that we were talking about like last week. It's just kind of how the world works today. So just be safe out there, people.
Can we still make Bill Cosby jokes?
No, no, get out
Okay.
of here, no.
So, other big news. I'm a fan of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Walking Dead's great. Going into the 9th season now.
Yeah.
The rumors have been confirmed. Andrew Lincoln is leaving Walking Dead this season.
Here's the
And just in
thing.
case you guys aren't familiar, that is Rick Grimes, the main
Yes.
character.
Why announce that ahead of time?
To calm the riots, I would assume.
Well, I guess the rumors
You-
have been going around. They
You've
need
taken
to
a major
say something
plot
about it.
point
Yeah.
that would be a huge thing for the series, and you've just sort of kind of like told everybody, oh yeah, it is going to happen.
I mean, at the same time, though, when they said, hey, Negan's going to kill off a major character,
But at least that was vague enough to where it kept you in suspense.
Well,
'cause
we
you
knew
didn't know
what
who.
character would get killed off.
Well-
By the comics, we knew Glenn.
yeah, and then
but,
they threw in that.
yeah, they threw a little curveball
Did
in.
a little like U-turn and then still went back again.
Right.
Like, oh, geez.
That kind of got me. I'm like, okay, I didn't see him dying. Glenn, okay, that's fine. Now we're back to normal.
Right.
I like.
So the rumor is Norman Reedus is going to get a big raise to be the new leader of the group.
Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
That just
Yeah.
makes me kind of like.
For a character that's not even in the comics.
Yeah, it just kind of takes away from the whole appeal because the whole reason I gave the show a shot in the first place was because of the comics.
Yeah.
So when you veer this
Well,
far
I-
left, I'm like, where
I
are
feel
we
like
going?
I don't think he was intended to be as popular or as big as
No.
he was.
Oh, no.
He just rose to stardom and became so popular that they were like, well, now we just have to run.
We can't
I
kill him
feel like
because
it
everybody
was-
said if you kill Reedus, we all riot.
Right. That's
Yeah,
kind of what
I
happened
feel
with
like it was it's just a lot of the female fan base. I'm going to be pretty blunt here. It's a lot
Yeah.
of the fangirls.
That's kind of what happened with Attack on Titan. He wrote the first
Attack on
season.
what?
Attack on Titan.
Never seen it.
Yeah, don't
It's
worry. He wrote the first season,
More of this
and he was
weird
like, when he did the manga, he was like, I'm just gonna kill everybody. But then it became really popular, and then he was
Everyone's
like,
can't
I wanna
kill
see 'em
people
fight
now.
he's like,
longer.
oh, now I
shit,
have to
gotta
like
make
keep
a
them
plot.
around, and I have to do things with them.
Right.
So the question is, are they going to kill him off or let him just go on his own way?
They would have to kill him off because he's
Where's he gonna
been
go?
such a survivor this whole time. And if he's gonna suddenly go, oh man, I've just gone too far, gotta separate. I'm like, you've done a lot
Which-
of shit. man."
Bye.
They
I'm over
also
here.
announced Shane is coming back this season.
Shane?
in a
Yes,
flash.
but he's dead.
Okay,
but he's
I
been
was like-
confirmed he's going to be back in some
He ain't
part.
coming out of the grave 3
I was
days
like, they
later.
even killed the walker of Shane. How
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting.
Could you imagine? It's like, man, yeah, we've established everything so far, and Shane just goes walking in the background as a zombie. You're like, what the fuck?
He's just like in the background of the scene. He's like, oh.
Glory.
I shouldn't be
Oh,
here.
man.
I should be on Punisher, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
No, he actually comes up going, Carl.
Coral.
Carl.
So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I think this season will go good. I think they'll do season 10 with Norman, but I think ratings will probably decline and then next
they've
season
already
maybe.
plateaued.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
already, like ever
They've
since
been declining.
the Negan arc have subsided. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah.
But
It's
Negan's
been-
still alive.
Yeah, I
and
know.
they
but
have
the-
him in jail
But the
or a little
but the
prison
main,
thing.
The main arc of it, the war has already happened at this
Yeah.
point. So I feel like a lot of the diehard fans like, okay, well, we know what happens from here. And at this point, if you're that far invested in the series, just go read the comics. Oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
it's better.
I highly recommend, even if you've seen the show, go read the comics.
So other big news, everybody wants crossplay to happen, especially now Nintendo Switch got Fortnite, and
Right.
Fortnite's a huge game.
Which I've actually been playing Fortnite on Switch, and I thought it was going to be weird transitioning, but it was actually
I've only
pretty
played
solid.
Fortnite once, and we recorded. We were over at Trashy Gamer's house of Inertia, and yeah, I suck at the game.
So if we're not familiar with crossplay, go ahead and tell the
Crossplay,
viewers real
letting
quick.
you play Xbox versus computer versus Nintendo Switch
Right.
versus. No,
it's
there's
like
not going to be a
like a-
PlayStation.
So it used to be if I had an Xbox and you had an Xbox, we could play together.
Yeah.
If I had an Xbox, you had a PlayStation, we couldn't.
No.
Now that's still true, unfortunately, because of Sony.
Yeah, Sony still has not.
Most companies have
Said
come
they
around.
will do it.
Nintendo and Xbox, they're best friends now, playing Minecraft and Fortnite and all this. But Sony, they're just
They're
not.
still not wanting to do it. And
Why
you
do you
figure
think-
2018, you should.
What do you think from a business standpoint? Well, why?
Oh, because they want the exclusivity. Like, they want people going to PlayStation directly. That's always been PlayStation's thing.
Yeah.
Like, almost always. Like,
You think it's because they want people? You want to play with the PlayStation friends? You got to buy a PlayStation.
Absolutely.
You think that's what
But
it
I
is?
mean,
So
that was
I
the
have
thing
both
with-
systems.
I do too.
Or
I
they-
think a lot of people do, and that's
Yeah.
the weird thing. It's kind
If
of like
anything, I could totally see this being kind of like a backstabby way for PlayStation to be like, no, because Xbox didn't want to give me the PS2 rights and like gaming.
And Nintendo
Yeah.
didn't want to make the PlayStation with us. We remember.
Because you didn't want to play with me in 2002, we're not going to play with you in 2018. Like,
But I think
don't
they should,
know.
especially with big games like Fortnite and everything.
Yeah.
It would get the community bigger and more fun. Fallout 76, and there's a lot of
I mean,
games you're going to be able to
There's
cross-play
a lot of
with.
potential with that, but I also feel like if I had to think about it from a business standpoint, that would be my stance is why would I share this with other people when I could have people being exclusively buying my console, my accessories, my games?
Makes
But
sense.
lately, I've been enjoying PlayStation more. But if I'm going to play Fortnite, I'm going to go on the Xbox so I can play with PC, so I can play with Nintendo people.
Well, I mean, the whole format between honestly all platforms has gotten crazy except for Nintendo with paying for your services. You're already paying for a console, you're
Yeah.
paying for a game, and now
Which
you're paying a
Nintendo
monthly.
is starting to introduce in September.
Yeah, which is gonna. It's just
As of this week, you can now go pre-order on Amazon and GameStop. It's $20 for a year, which compared to the Sony.
That's cheap.
yeah, because what isn't only like it's like
pretty-
15 a month or something for.
Well, it's 60 a year.
60 a year,
60 a
or
year,
it's
okay.
like $12 a month
Yeah,
if
so
you go
now
monthly.
you can for 20 a year on the Switch. That's much better, and you're
Yeah.
getting games with that too.
Which
so-
I feel like
so-
I understand there is a charge, but for what they've been charging, that's what's kept me off most multiplayer games or online player games, and like that's why I strictly do RPG, single player, anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
just because I don't want to have to pay for a game and a console, and now the internet.
Right.
I already pay for internet, now I got to pay for another service. It's just, and then oh God forbid DLC.
Yeah.
Never do what
DLC
EA
kills
did.
it 'cause-
You like this game? You want some more of it? Here you
Exactly.
go.
That's why I hate about DLC, because back in the day, you could spend $60, there's the game.
Right.
Now it's $60, and guess what? You got to pay another $60 to have all the content.
I get it from some perspectives in that if a developer is genuine in that they make a full game, and then they go, okay, we have some other things we want to give you.
Right, like Smash Brothers, where they had their characters that were optional,
Right.
like Rio.
They
and
built a
stuff
whole
like that.
game. Same thing with Mario Kart
Yeah.
8. They built a whole game, and then it was like, okay, if you want some extra characters, some more courses, you know, they're not integral to the game, but if you want
Right.
these extras, you can have them.
Or like that's actually how Fortnite does it, where you can get in-game points and buy other like alternatives. It's just like modifications of characters, like
Yeah.
cosmetic stuff. So like
That's
you
not a
don't
fan of
really
DLC
have
either.
to. You don't necessarily need it to win the game, or it's like a different play mode.
Right.
You can buy it if you don't want to worry about it, or you can do in-game points based on performance. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, that's giving you an option.
And that was sort of the big stink with Battlefront 2 with EA was, they're
Oh,
like,
God, that
yeah,
was just
you
horrible.
have points, but they made the rate of it so
Oh
low,
my gosh,
Hard to
yeah.
get
it
those
wasn't worth your
points,
time
yeah.
to get those points. You still, right, there was
Yeah.
there were
The
there were all
whole
sorts of
pay
messes.
to win is stupid.
It is, absolutely. I agree.
And I agree with Edward that it's all business side for it.
I
It's
feel
all
like
about
it is
making the
too.
money, and
Yeah,
that's
I
all
think
they.
it's like if
They
you think
don't
it's-
care about the gamers anymore. It's all about making them more money in their pocket.
That's how honestly how a lot of stuff is turning. So it's just one of those things I just kind of tax onto it, where you're like, well, there goes that.
Now I know you had nerd news too.
Yeah. So if you guys are well versed in cosplay life and things of the like, you might know the name Momo-kun. And some of you are probably going, oh God, can we not? We're gonna go there for like 2 minutes. In case you guys don't know who Momo-kun is or what the whole disdain about
Stink.
it is, stank, yes, if you will. She was a plus size cosplayer that kind of blew up because she was very body positive and she really was like a good personality. She was really pretty and the whole 9 yards. So like, okay, she got her rising star, was great. Then from there it went to full on Patreon like lewds basically, and it was more or less It was
Less
absolutely
cosplay, more.
practically no cosplay,
Yeah.
almost all inappropriate content, if you will, just to keep it all under one big blanketed term. And then that turned into her being really offensive online. And then that turned into her, like, on video, we've had, like, number of people come forward about her either harassing people or physically assaulting people, as in, like, grabbing their butts, like, aggressively. Even if you're a dude that's into that, you're still going, wait, I don't even know you, and why are you touching me that way?
Cosplay is not consent. You shouldn't be touching people.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of turned into this whole big thing because at first it was like, oh, you're creating a fan base that hates you now, and then some people are still defending you. And then she was forgiven, and then it kind of like went back and forth. And this last one that went out, she was supposed to be at Anime Expo in
And they canceled her.
LA, I believe, or California.
Yeah, LA.
And they canceled her appearance there, and it was because a lot of people had come forward about her being like she was sexually harassing a bunch of people. She turns around and says, well, it's because I have ADHD. My ADHD.
You
made
can't
me
use
do
that
it."
for an excuse.
Yeah.
You can't?
No, you surprisingly,
What?
no, you can't. So the only
I
reason-
can't. They can't.
If you're
the
like,
only
I can't
reason
do
why
the
I
neither
bring
can they.
If I can't, they can't do it.
That's only fair.
Jeez. So the reason why I bring this up is just to, because we had a lot of really good conversations at MetroCon with cosplayers on the floor, and just to stress that whole idea that, you know, cosplay is not consent. Just because you are in costume or you are a character or someone else is a character does not mean you would treat them any differently as if they weren't, as far as like personal boundaries and just respect.
Because I've
those.
seen people at conventions, guy sees a girl, oh my God, I love you, and they just jump in their arms or pick them up and try to
Yeah,
run
or
off
like
with
even
them.
like if someone is really enthusiastic about a costume that I'm wearing, I'm like compelled to hug them because you're like, ah, yes, we're excited. But at the same time, like I've been fortunate enough to where
Personal space.
no one's hands have drifted in weird places or anything like that.
You know
so
what would fix that though? A chicken.
a chick, yeah, just get
The
you a
chicken will bite
protection.
everybody.
1-800-CHICKEN.
1-800 chicken.
Protect your cosplays.
But yeah, so just be kind to each other, and you know, don't take yourself too seriously when it comes to cosplay. We're all still nerds in costumes. Just chill.
So what do you
speaking
think
of
of
cosplay?
What do you think about the everybody selling their photos like that?
I think it's a personal choice. If that is something that you're comfortable with, like you actually are comfortable with, you're not doing it for the money, you're not doing it for the fame, and it's a choice that you make, more power to you, absolutely. Especially if you're not, you know, like the poster girl of perfect image. Like if you are a little heavier or you are really skinny, different colored, or even have like people have like the skin conditions that like
Yeah.
almost make them like patterned.
Last I heard, Patreon was supposed to be stopping that on their site.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, but I haven't heard any further developments on that. So I don't know if that is something that they've started doing or they're talking about doing. But something I'd recommend to people who are looking to do that, just set up a personal donation site on your own pages. So you can do it through PayPal, Square Cash, almost anything.
Not through PayPal. If PayPal sees it, they'll actually ban your account.
Oh, see, that's something
So,
I didn't know either.
yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of donations, you can
Maybe
go to
so PayPal was the
redeemtv.com/techworld
reasoning behind
Yeah.
it.
and
That's right.
donate.
But either way, just find your own ways to distribute your content in a way that it just goes directly to you, because that's going to be a lot easier than going through like Ko-fi or Patreon. And you're actually in control of your content the entire time, so you're not releasing it to anyone else. It's just between you, your photographer, and your clients. So that is my
All right.
my business.
Business
input.
tips with Dina, only on Tech Ward, Weaving TV. Speaking of cosplay,
Cosplay.
and last
We
week
saw a lot of good cosplays
we saw a
at Metro.
lot of cosplay and a lot of people
Oh God, a lot of people. Yeah.
at MetroCon 2018.
It was good.
We had a booth. It was very busy.
I want to thank Alex and everybody at MetroCon for inviting us.
Very
out.
big thank you to the staff at
We had a lot
MetroCon.
of fun. We got a lot of great footage.
They gave
Absolutely,
us-
and you guys are so awesome about helping us get set up and like keeping us informed and getting our badges to us and everything. It was
Yeah.
just
Our whole process
really
went
seamless.
smoothly. We
They
had
even
a
let
fun
us stay
time.
in late while we were shooting Nerd Talk.
Yeah, which was awesome.
I mean, it was great all around. We didn't
Oh,
really
and a
have
special
any-
thank you to Hollow Scream for sending us
Oh
the
yes.
clowns.
So you'll see that video. So it's in there.
Let's go ahead and roll the MetroCon compilation.
Poor Jeff and those clowns.
It was great.
It was
Apart from
great.
that one panel room shot there at the end, the rest of that was entirely contained just in the vendor room.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the entire con.
No,
That was where we were. Was up in that area.
I didn't get set free at all. Till Sunday, I got to walk around a little.
I got set free once when they were like, "Go get some B-roll," and I was like, "That I can do."
That's when we walked around together.
that was when
and
we, that was some
the
of that.
costume contest as well. So that was
I didn't get
pretty
to
cool.
see that. I didn't get to do any of
was
my
good.
photography there at all.
Yeah, I know that was something I was a little disappointed I didn't get to see a lot of the shows, but I heard they were absolutely fantastic. I heard Masquerade was like having people bawling their eyes out. It was so good. I did catch the fire show though. Hunter, who's never seen a fire show and has gone to Metro how many
8
years?
years now.
You've never seen a fire
You've
show?
gone for half of
Get out.
MetroCon's
You're gone.
run.
All right.
You're done.
And you come back when you've seen a proper fire show.
Okay, I'm back.
But it was Dark Souls themed, and it was it was a really good overall presentation as far as
Yeah, I missed it this year.
it was really good.
Me too.
They've gotten really intricate with their transitions and how they pass different staff piece. Like they have like a staff that's got the wicks on either side,
Yeah.
or like fire fans, and they would like place the staff in between the fans and then like toss it to the other person across the stage. It was just really cool.
Yeah, and I really have to say, this is our first time doing something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
WeBeam TV
for
and
WeBeam
all the
TV,
shows
I mean, we
being
did all
out
the
there
shows.
doing it.
We probably conducted over 200 interviews in the span of 4 days. You alone probably did half of that.
Friday was hectic,
'cause
busy.
we
There
looked
was a
at those-
line of interviews for people.
Right.
It was also just easier to keep Mike all set up with the.
It was.
being
So
like,
then
"Hey,
Dean and I
go
could
to
just like
Michael."
shoot the breeze in the corner, like, hey, look at Mike.
But nobody cared about feeding me or making sure I had something to drink.
no,
It's like
our intern
I did
Danny,
once.
our intern Danny saved the day twice.
gosh, yes.
'Cause he went to
Actually, you saved the day for me
I did
Friday
once.
because you went and got me food.
That was
But
once,
it
though.
sat there for like 45 minutes till I could finally eat it.
Danny saved the day a couple times by doing some Publix runs for us and getting
Oh
some
my
food.
Our
God.
pack meal helped.
Pack meal.
Bless Danny.
Our pack
Good old
meal.
pack meal. We love you.
So, let's show some interviews.
Yeah. So who was this first one that you?
Jason Marsden, Max from the Goofy movie.
Okay. Very cool. Very
He
cool.
was really short. I mean, he's really. He came up to like here on me.
But he is such a
He was so
sweetheart,
nice.
though.
He actually wanted to come to the booth. We didn't ask him. He saw Jeff and he's like, "What are y'all doing over there?" And Jeff's like, "Oh, we're doing this." He's like, "I want to come do an interview." He's like, "Come on over."
Now, see, a bad person would be like, nothing, don't worry about it.
And this is why we were conveniently placed too, because where we were in the vendor room was right next to the autograph signing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to sort of walk by us to get to
yeah.
where they were going.
Right, and then it's not like we were subtle. We only had like what, towers of lights and like 2 cameras.
Pretty
that
lights and
we-
cameras.
We had a big camera on a pole that was rotating
Yeah,
for
and then
footage.
a TV facing the
Yeah,
outside.
that was really
subtle.
popular. So we had the live feed. So when we weren't conducting interviews, we had sort of this wide crowd shot. The camera was probably 10 feet.
Yeah.
I was like, pretty much
People
up
would
the
see
ceiling.
themselves on the TV,
And we had
stop,
a TV out the
wave,
front of
take
the booth,
photos
and
of
people were like,
themselves
"Oh, on TV."
Oh yeah.
And then we're like,
And
we're
they'd, like,
actually
wave
on
at the
Twitch.
camera.
Yeah, no, and it's great because they're just like
Yeah, they're
they're
checking themselves out. They're like,
up and they're like going all about it.
fixing
and
Pretty
you're
their
like,
sure I
hair.
saw people
like,
dancing
yeah,
in
that's a
front
monitor,
of it
but
too.
also you're live on
saw
Twitch,
Eddie
and they're
dance.
like, they just like hide underneath the table or something. You're like, okay, bye.
Let's go ahead and roll. Let's check out Jason Marsden.
Hey there, Nerdites. Here we are. We have a very special guest that came to the booth today. Jason Marsden, how you doing?
Amazing, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you enjoying MetroCon?
I love it. I love it. I've been to a few cons this year, and they're all the same but different. There's always a different kind of vibe happening. This one is awesome. Everyone's super cool.
Yeah.
Guests are great. It's really well organized and run. I'm having a blast.
Is this the first time you've been here for this
MetroCon,
one?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. How many cons do you normally do a year?
I mean, it depends on the season, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I average. I don't know. I think this is my 7th this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know you've done Max from the Goofy movie.
That's right.
You've been in what, Blossom, Boy Meets World,
Yes.
Hocus Pocus. You were the cat.
Correct.
You've done a lot of work.
I've been fortunate. Yes.
When you go out in public, do you get a lot of people recognizing you walking around?
I mean, it happens. Usually it's like, hey, I know you. You're that guy. I get from somewhere. I'm like, I hope I just don't owe you money. But yeah, a lot of people usually like 90s television, you know.
So you got a chance to walk around MetroCon, see any of the shows going on or anything?
I haven't seen any shows yet. We've walked around a little bit, looking at the merch. try not to spend like all the money. There's too much cool stuff around
There
here.
is a lot of awesome stuff around here.
But I want to see. I heard about a kaiju battle.
Yes,
and
that's
I'm
at
all about
2
giant-
o'clock. That's in a little
Giant
while.
robots fighting. Is it in a little while?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing something. Oh man. I don't know.
I'm hoping to get a little time, go over, check that fight
Fire
out.
spinning. I want to do
The
fire
fire
s-
show is
do that,
really
yeah.
cool. You should definitely check that out
Yeah.
tonight. It's Dark Souls is a theme, I
Okay.
heard. So do you play any video games?
I mean, I haven't in a while. My son is 8, and he really wants to play games so bad. He does on the computer. He plays Roblox and all that stuff, and Minecraft. And we haven't gotten him his system yet.
Okay.
Because we just want him to be able to go outside every once in a while. If he's anything like me, like I had my system and I
Yeah.
wasted hours, you know.
So what got you into acting and pursuing the career that you're in?
I started when I was young. I was 12. We moved from Rhode Island to California, and everyone told my parents, like, oh, son's cute, you should get him in acting. My mom went, all right. Took me to a workshop in Irvine, California. They trained me. It was all ages, and trained us for 12 weeks, sent me to an agent. Agent signed me that day, next day, started sending me out on auditions. Voiceover, commercial, film, television, and
Yeah, you did the Monsters reboot, didn't
the
you?
Munsters, yeah, Munsters
Yes.
Today, yeah.
That had Lee Mayweather, I believe.
Lee
in it?
Merriweather, that's right, who played Catwoman
Yes.
in the 60s Batman movie, and yeah.
What has been the favorite thing you've done so far?
Man, it's like naming your, it's like saying who's your favorite child. It's hard to pick just one. I have so many. I love doing Max. I loved working on Blossom. I loved working on the show Rescue Bots.
I remember Blossom growing up. I watched
Sure,
that,
sure.
Boy Meets World, and I believe you're on General Hospital now?
No, that was the first one of the first things I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was the second Alan Quartermain Jr.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So what else are you working on currently people can find you at?
I just did worked on the new season of Young Justice, which should be coming out on the DC streaming network.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Same. I just recorded Max again for a show in Paris, Disneyland show in Paris. And I live in Nashville now, so I work with musicians and I produce shows there.
that's really
I created a show called the Mars Variety Show, based on like the variety shows of the 60s and 70s, like Laugh-In and Hee Haw. And so I'm utilizing all Nashville talent, musicians, comedians, burlesque performers.
I'm going to have to check that out
You
now.
will have to check that out, absolutely.
Where can everybody find your work at?
Well, that show is not released just yet, but
Okay.
you could please, follow me. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I do most of my communication on there. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, but Instagram, Twitter is usually where I correspond with people the most. At Jason Marsden.
All right, definitely. I'll let you go. Actually, one last question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh man, it's just one flight. No. I was saying to my friend today, like if I was Batman, I would leap off of things and land in a superpower stance. That'd be my superpower.
That'd be awesome.
Without breaking my knees, because you
All right.
can't actually do that.
I'll let you
impossible.
go. I know you're a busy man this whole weekend. You got a lot of things to do. Thank you so much
Mike,
for coming by.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. We will be back in a little bit.
And that was Jason.
He was so nice.
He was.
He was really cool.
Dina, you look
So
like
before
you,
while this was going on, we were talking about Dina drinking at the con. She chugged a drink before coming in.
Way to just throw her under the
Throw her
bus.
under the bus.
In my defense, there's a story to this. And I am an adult.
And if you scream at me, I will cry.
I will cry like a grown woman.
She go and sit under the table and just cry.
So what had happened was I had to check out of my hotel room on Saturday rather unexpectedly. So I was like, well, I brought all this alcohol I was going to drink tonight. So I have this coffee, not this one, it could be this one. But I had a coffee, so I was like, screw it. So I had some like Irish cream that was more alcohol than cream. And I put more of the Irish cream into the coffee than actual coffee. So it was just coffee flavored liquor pretty much. And I was like, I'm going to sip on this all day. It's going to be great. I get through security and they say, hey, you can't bring any outside drinks in. And I'm just like, this is like full of liquor. I don't like to waste drinks. So I just start chugging it right there. And it's so funny because the security guard is like, okay, you're almost done. You got this. Yeah, drink the coffee. And I was like,
You only knew.
exactly, pretty much. And I was like chugging it. And she was like, oh, wow, you're going to get like a caffeine high. I'm like, that'll go puke in the bathroom. Like the two. So I get to the booth in costume and I am just kind of like yeah, let's do it.
She like comes over to me. She's like whispers. She's like, I just chugged a bunch of alcohol.
So it's just, of course, like you don't have a story like that and just not tell anybody. So I'm like, so I kind of had to shotgun my boozy coffee.
Which is funny, they wouldn't let you in it, but I walked in with drinks and nobody stopped me.
Yeah, no, that's the best part. If I just gone through a different entrance, they wouldn't really care.
That, plus I think because I had the merchant pass, you had a regular one at the time.
I had a VIP pass.
Sure. Our producer Dylan's gonna hop on real quick. He says he's got a bit of a
Apparently there's more to the story than I
MetroCon
didn't know
story to
about.
tell.
Well, no, I got mixed response from. I got mixed responses. I got from my dad. Dina came to the booth, drunk and tipsy, or hungover, and I'm like, oh, nice. And I get from Michael, lol, Dina's drunk, and I'm just sitting here thinking, this is the one. I'm like, I'm not here for one day, and
this is what
everyone's coming
happens.
to the booth drunk.
The hosts are wasted.
What the hell is going on?
You didn't bring any for us though.
I had it in my car. I was like, yeah, I'll go
You
get
didn't
it.
ask.
I would've
say I
went out
offered,
there.
and they're like, no, it's okay. And I was just like, listen, I don't do.
That's the only way to
conventions
enjoy
sober.
con.
Like this is
Most
not
people
a
don't.
thing. But it's usually a Saturday, Friday night tradition based on the con to get tipsy, and that's what it was. I wasn't even like belligerently drunk. Like you guys saw me. If you saw me Saturday in Lindis, you know I was not drunk. I was conducting
wasn't drunk?
interviews, but I was tipsy and I was happy.
She was very happy.
and that's
You
all
saw
that
happy,
matters.
Dina.
'Cause I was
It's a rare
happy.
sight.
And I got my ducky for being drunk, apparently. I'm the captain of my own ship, and I'll get drunk when I want, just like a pirate.
Well, so you interviewed someone about rubber ducks.
Yes, I did. It was Te Momo, and they pretty much run their own ducky customization store. It is also a cosplayer. So we have that ready to go.
There's so
why don't
many
we
ducks.
take a look and see what I talked about. Hey guys, we're back live at MetroCon. I'm here with Te Momo Cosplay. So you've been here and there a little bit. So when I first really got to know you cosplay and community-wise, you were doing the little duckies. This is not one of your duckies.
Yes, sadly I do not have any of my duckies with me. I have given them all away to the voice actor guests this morning, and actually I ran into Scott again and I gave him another box.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So if you guys don't know, if you guys are familiar with MetroCon, you might see Scott McNeil running around with little like rubber duckies that are characterized as different characters. This is the wonderful person that is responsible for that. So last time I've seen you, you did a really amazing Korra cosplay.
Yes.
And one of the things that made it amazing was your physique. If you want to show off the guns, look at that definition. I'm weak. Oh,
I was actually born with this tricep.
look at that. Homegrown.
My dad swears that I came out with like little deltoids and little like tricep definition like when I was a baby. I haven't found actual photographic proof, but I believe it.
There you go. She's just gonna come out like doing like the muscle shows.
I came out flexing.
There we go. Superman out. Oh geez. So what are some of the things that you do to keep up with that physique?
I do CrossFit. I like the CrossFit workout. That seems to be the workout that works well for me. Some people can go to the gym and do that for 2 hours. No, I like going in to the gym not knowing what I'm going to be doing. It's written up on the board, and you're either like yes or I'm gonna die.
Yep, exactly.
Either way, you're in and out like in an hour. You're sweating. You're smelly. Then I bike home, burn my legs out.
So every day's leg day.
Every day is leg day. That's why my leg. You can't see my legs, but they're awesome.
They're good too.
Thighs of betrayal.
Oh my gosh. So do you have any working cosplays at the moment?
Not right now. I just finished a Winter Soldier arm from Infinity War. I just did that. I'm going to be wearing that tomorrow.
Oh.
And I get to figure out how much I hate life because I won't be able to use my arm at all.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, lift my arm up maybe this high and then like here, but I'll have full articulation in my fingers, just not anywhere else.
Okay, what is it made of?
I made it out of Warbler.
Oh nice.
I had a sheet of Warbler that I bought 4 years ago when Warbler really became the big thing, and I hadn't used it, so I was like, okay, just wrapped my entire arm in saran wrap, just drew the pattern on. 2 weeks later, boom, I have an arm.
There you go, right. Semi-functional almost, yeah.
Semi-functional. Well, the arm that Sebastian used wasn't really that functional.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, it looked like hard as steel, but it was very like...
Yeah, the metal arm that he used actually cuts off like at this part of his arm, so he can have full articulation. Mine goes all the way to here, so I can just
Right.
before it pinches.
Right. Okay, very cool. Well, I'll be so excited to see you tomorrow. Be sure to swing by, show everybody.
I'm gonna be the summer soldier.
Yes.
Because it is too hot.
Too
for
damn
all
hot.
those layers. Too
Oh my
damn
gosh.
hot.
Yeah.
You would think I'd be used to it because I was born in Florida, but no.
No.
You never get used
You
to
never
humidity.
know. Oh, never.
This is not. I do not have thick hair. This is all just from humidity.
Oh yeah, no, I remember like when you had the shorter haircut, it was Indigo Montoya.
Yes, yeah, Inigo Montoya. But once humidity hit 10%, it was a Jufro,
Yes.
which is funny because I'm not Jewish.
But you're still rocking it though, you're still killing it. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time today.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Sure. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you back soon.
That interview featured legs for days.
Yes.
Listen, they're
Even
making
Eddie
fun
said
of
dim
how I
legs.
look, but that was,
Dim
I'll have you know,
legs.
that was the first completed Primrose cosplay that was documented. You're welcome, from Octopath Traveler.
Wow, we got a trailblazer here.
Deal with it. But no, that was Temomo, and as you saw, wonderful personality. Go check out the Duckies; they are fantastic. But I think that pretty much wraps up everything we had for MetroCon. Anything else we want to talk about right in this moment? We'll probably revisit later for other content because we had a lot.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got,
we got
if you go
hours.
to the WeBeam TV YouTube page, you can find every interview we did. Every show is
I don't think all of them are up yet.
they're being actively uploaded.
Right. So in that case, if you guys did get interviewed, be sure to go check it out so you can go find it.
That's where you want to go check is the WeBeam TV YouTube channel. I know the Tech Warped show is on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nerd Talk from there is. Do you know?
Yeah, it might be.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Either
last
way,
week's
we're
show's
working
on
on
there.
getting
That's
all the
what I mean.
content.
Nerd
out
Talk
there.
last week was awesome because in the middle of the show, Scott McNeil jumped on
So
the
that
show.
was in that compilation. That was
Yeah.
Scott McNeil coming on to Nerd Talk.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was.
Kind of like,
so
"Hey,
at
what are
that
we
point,
doing?"
the convention already closed. We're
Right.
still doing our show, and he was at the booth next to us.
The convention, the floor closed at 7, but Nerd
Yeah,
Talk is 6:30 to 7:30.
7:30. So everybody's empty. He's looking at an anime booth.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sees, "What are y'all doing? We're doing a live show." And he just hops right
How
in
you
and
doing?
joins us.
Classic Scott.
Yeah.
Spent a good 15 minutes
Poor
with
guy.
us.
He
It was
had.
awesome.
I don't know if y'all went to the closing ceremony.
No.
He
We were
talked
too
about.
tired.
I guess he was in a major accident last year.
Wow.
And he injured like his skull and everything. Like it was really bad. And he said the only two cons he does one in his hometown and
Yeah.
he does Metro.
Yeah.
And like he said, when he got out of the accident, he was like, I have to go to Metro. Like, that was, he said that's what kept
He's
him
only
going.
missed one Metro, and it was 2 years ago because of he was doing Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah. But he was saying like Metro helped him get out of that accident.
That's so
and
awesome,
sort of-
though.
Which is very
I
cool.
love cosplay
very cool
communities and
story.
like cons and stuff. Everyone's so nice when they're not being dicks. Don't be a dick.
Can we get that on a t-shirt? Can that be a Tech Warp t-shirt?
Don't be a dick, Tech
Everyone's
Warp.
nice when they're not being
No,
dicks.
like I'm not even kidding you. That was like a hashtag trend that I started, like actually like campaigned for a whole minute was "Don't be a dick."
We need those shirts.
We can do it.
We'll get those shirts made. Don't worry.
We'll sell
sell
them.
'em
We'll
on-
sell them
on Facebook.
$19.99.
Don't be a dick. Hashtag LLC.
Everyone's nice.
Copyright everything.
Dina Hayes, 2018.
Got him.
So last week was also another big convention, San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego
So
Comic-Con.
if we can talk about that for a couple
Yeah,
minutes. Some
so-
big trailers dropped.
Yes.
One of them, I'm not sure how I feel. Titans for the new
F. Batman.
Robin Goes F Batman, and that is not.
Which caused a huge divide, and the
Who
nerds,
is this Robin?
The nerds were
Oh,
arguing.
so
Dick Grayson would
I
never
have
do
to
that.
credit
It's
this
not
one.
Dick Grayson.
I have to credit this one to Mark Gomez because it's Jason Todd playing Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
That's how it pretty much is. Jason Todd was Red Hood, pretty much ended up going like, basically saying his whole persona was, fuck Batman, I'm my
Yeah.
own person. And then Dick Grayson is, I love Batman, he's like my father. And then even like, Bruce is more like, that's kind of my son. Like even Damian Wayne is a less
Damian's
of a
just
son
a
than Dick
dick.
Grayson. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, that's a statement that's not for, okay,
This
yeah.
is different. I know Robin's trying to have that shadow of Batman, and
Yeah, but the
It's-
same, I mean, Robin is its own, like, just like bomb in itself, but then the whole focus was, like, the trailer was completely focused on Raven.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm scared of the voices and shit. And I was like, no, like OG Raven knew her whole like prophecy.
Yeah.
She knew it was coming, and she's like, no, this is my shit. I handle. That's why I meditate all the damn time. Like,
I don't know
Raven
how
had
this
much
is gonna work
more
out.
of a handle on it, and we're not even going to talk about the other two.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. On other ones that came out, Aquaman.
That was sort of the big
Yeah.
one for this year, right?
Yeah.
It was a bit of an off San Diego Comic-Con because Marvel wasn't even there.
Yeah.
They were like, we've thrown all our punches
And they're like,
and we're reloading right
Right,
now.
we'd rather
So
keep working.
We'll see you guys next year. And so Aquaman, I think, was supposed to be the big flagship thing for this year.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still
Which is
really
odd.
dark like the Justice League movie.
I mean, I love the imagery that they came up with the Aquaman design. I love how they made it all look and having less of the like clean cut Ken Barbie look and
Yeah.
more of the actual like savagery look, I guess.
Eddie has a comment for you, Mike.
I see Eddie's
Your number one
comment.
fans watching.
Yes.
Oh no! But I don't know. I think still Wonder Woman is still my favorite DC film that I've seen, and even that one is not ranking like the best superhero film I've seen.
Right.
And it's just I don't know. I'm very much in a state of we'll see when it comes out
Yeah.
with DC. I'm just not hyped for any of their major films.
The one film I am,
Oh, Shazam!
2 movies I'm actually hyped for. Shazam.
Yes.
Shazam looks great. Like, oh
They
my
had
god.
one job and they did it
They
right.
did it finally. They did a movie that looks good.
Yeah.
It's
No, that one seems like it's not so dark and broody for once. I'm like, okay,
Not edgy.
That's
Yeah.
what we want, though.
Yes, exactly.
that one looked really good. And Godzilla. Destroyer
Godzilla.
of Monsters. That's going to be good. I
hope
grew up
so.
with Godzilla. I love it. So seeing this
Everyone loves
new one
Godzilla,
coming out
think.
with King Ghidorah, Mothra, and everything, it's going to be quite interesting to see
I'm
what they
excited for
do.
that one.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
It's been a fantastic last couple of years for movies in general.
Right.
So I'm not wanting for much right now. Whatever happens, I'm like, cool shit, I'm ready for it. Let's do it. And then something bad happens, and I'm like, what is that? What happened? So worst case scenario, you wasted $10 on a matinee if you're not that excited about it.
Oh, and the news actually came out. I forgot. Star Wars, the new one. Carrie Fisher and
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's going to be in it.
Clone Wars is making
Clone
a
Wars
Yes.
coming back.
which was I thought they were concluded with this. I
Fingers
wasn't expecting
crossed.
that at all. I really hope so because a lot of people loved the Clone Wars series a lot.
Oh,
more than
Clone Wars was great.
They loved
Yeah.
it a lot more than the feature films that were coming
Yeah.
out recently.
Invader Zim is back too.
Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
I finally
cannot
saw the
wait.
trailer for that because last time we talked
I
about it,
wasn't
hadn't
aware.
seen it.
I thought this was the series returning, but it's a movie, is what I was told.
Oh.
I thought it was like a new season.
I
Apparently, yeah. At first he was
a
like,
movie.
let's do a season." Then he was like, "Let's just do one long episode."
But
and then that one long episode turned
yeah,
into a
but I
movie.
feel like the movie will lead into another season if it does well. So that's
Right.
a great way to see people still actually interested. And
Yeah.
oddly enough, as speaking back on Teen Titans, I'm actually, and I hate to say this, I'm almost excited for Teen Titans Go the movie.
Yes, I am
hate
too.
saying that so much.
I got
I
a
didn't
chuckle
like Go,
out of the part
but-
where he's like, "You Deadpool? Look at the
I'm not
camera, say something
Deadpool."
inappropriate."
Not
I
in
was
the
like,
Green Lantern
okay.
one. It goes, every superhero has a movie. Yeah, there's even a Green Lantern movie. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, we
though.
don't talk
It's
about
very
that.
self-aware.
Yeah, so I was like, wow.
It's interesting because the
I
show,
hate that I'm excited for this.
the first season of it is really its worst. And that's what everyone, when you hear Teen Titans Go and people go, "Oh my gosh," they really think of season 1. It's gotten better, but unfortunately the stigma is still there
Yeah,
of
well,
Teen Titans Go.
I mean, I'd
Yeah.
still much rather just prefer
Of
what
course,
I had before.
of course.
Yeah.
Right. We
but
all
it's
would.
just, I mean, at the same
But
time.
the reality is where Teen Titans Go is at now is nowhere near as bad as
When it
what
first
it
came out.
started.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
But the stigma is just there now.
Yeah.
It's just, and people
Anyway,
don't.
we're just going to have to do a lot of wait and see to see when a lot of these things come out. But we have one last thing we really want to talk about, right?
One last thing I
Yes.
want to chat about real quick. If you're not familiar with G4 or Attack of the Show, which is what this show is based off of, surprise. there's
Really? We are?
Apparently.
There is a comment on YouTube, so
Yeah.
it must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing something right because they were like, "This reminds me of G4." I was like, "Thank you." But there is a new Kickstarter out right now by Chris Gore, who he was a host on Attack of the Show.
He did like the DVD
Tuesday. Yeah, he did that segment alongside Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
On Attack of the Show. But right now he's doing, it's called Attack of the Dock. I don't know if we can get that pulled up real quick. It's nowhere near its goal, unfortunately. It has a good number of backers, but
So how much do they need?
He's asking 100,000.
And when was it? When did it go
He's
live?
he's still got 29 days to go, so we'll see what happens. But definitely go check that out on Kickstarter if you'd like to support that. I think it'd be very cool behind-the-scenes thing to see Attack of the Show and G4 in general.
So what do we have coming up for everyone?
Well, I will be gone again next weekend because I'm going to Anime Festival Orlando, and I'll be performing with the Crazy Random Happenstance Friday night at 11. So if you guys are going, go see me do
So
some
it's the
burlesque
Hunter and
stuff.
Michael show next
Yes.
week again.
Next Friday, I guess.
Yes,
Oh,
next
that's
Friday.
cool.
We have a new time, by the way. So starting next week, Tech Warp will follow Nerd Talk here on WeBeam TV. So our new show time will be 8:30 Friday nights. Friday nights
Yeah.
with Tech Warp. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it for now.
Yeah,
So,
we
yeah.
will see everybody next week.
See
And always,
you guys.
thanks for
Bye.
watching.